Hello everyone, welcome crochet friends. Thank you for stopping by at G Crochet Off the Hook. I'm G Geraldine, sharing my love of crochet. And my love of crochet has been challenged the last week as we experience some wonderfully hot, humid weather. And I don't seem to be able to find a spot where I can be truly comfortable for a long period of time and just unwind into my crochet. I see a few challenging months ahead of me as I pick up crochet projects, but I'm hoping crochet will win out and not the heat. So what have I managed to put my hands on during the last few days? The first thing is progress on my corner to corner blanket, which is with Repeat Craft to Me with Sarah. It's the corner to corner houses cowl, and this for me will be my last square. It's November square. As we saw, I did complete the gingerbread house already, which is December's one, and this is my progress so far. We're just starting to see Snoopy's house, and for this I am using a 4.5mm hook and the Chicks DK acrylic in blue, red, white and black. So very easy color pickings, and we are now on, well, at least I'm now on row 19, and we need to get to 25, and then we start going down sideways again and getting smaller and smaller with our corner to corner square. So that is project number one that had my hook attached to it. And then a little bit of progress on my fairy dust mosaic blanket. Now this one is actually my Formula 1, my F1 blanket, but I did need to abandon it because I'm at the section where we are creating the fairies, and there is some counting that is required. And once you reach the center stitch, you read the pattern back to front to mirror the image for the other side. So this is the progress I have so far. There is a bit more than last time. This is the section that I'm working on now, and I think I've done at least 6 or 8 rows more. The side that's revealing itself right over here is going to be the bluebells, I believe, and the darker section that's revealing itself, oh look there, there's a foot, that is the foot and the leg of the fairy on this side, and then as I said, it mirrors it on the other. There we go. Oh, I can actually see the beginnings of the fairy there. And this is the center stitch that I've marked. Once you've done one center stitch, you read the pattern back to front, and then you mirror the image on the other side. So truly enjoying this very much. I did want to share a little tip, and yes, it's a little bit of MacGyvering. It's nothing fancy, but I did create for myself a little window. Now I'm pretty sure somewhere in the world this has already been created, and I'm pretty sure you could buy them. I think it's reading windows or something to that effect, but it's nowhere near me, so I just created one for myself. I took a sheet of cardstock. I did have a little crafting knife where I could have cut this out, and this would have been whole, but I wasn't that clever or thinking that well, so I did just cut it through completely, cut out my little window, and then just sellotape closed where I had the cut to get into the center and cut out the middle piece. And this is truly working up a treat. The pattern I have in one of those little plastic folders that you get. So it's easy for me to just have my place for where I need to be. I did start off with just a hair clip, was what I had lying around. So I would just move this ruler that I've made out of card up and down the page as I needed with the hair clip. Of course, I did have some paper clips lying around, which does work easier. You don't have to clip and unclip this. I can just slide the paper clip, and because these sheets are plastic, I'm not scarring anything or the paper, and then I would just slide this down. Of course, you can't really do it vertically, but anyway. And I'm then able to just slide the paper clip and the ruler down to the next row that I need. And that has helped me tremendously, so that when I take a section of what I need to do, work on it, and look back down at the actual pattern, my eye goes to exactly where I need to be. So I know it's a little bit of primary school crafting perhaps, but boy does it work a treat. So I think this could work for any pattern, especially when you have so much information on one page. It's much easier to just know exactly where you need to place your eye when you look away from your project. So that was a little tip that I got this weekend from the Fairy Dust Mosaic Blanket. So what did I do for the rest of the F1 weekend, because it was a sprint weekend? So on Saturday and for the race on Sunday, I picked up my triangle trails blanket. I did share that I had made myself a little graph, a swatch picture of how I want things to perhaps look, which gave me my quantity of how many triangles and which triangles I needed to create. So for this project, and thanks to the exciting F1 weekend, we also had tons of rugby to watch. So this was made over Saturday and Sunday, and I can report excitedly that I have actually completed all the triangles that I need. And so the next part would be to go and lay it out. Perhaps I'll do a video on that and share my process with you to see how my picture and my triangles line up. And then I'd be back to Jill from Gumleaf Crochet and Yarn and check to see the videos on how to join all the triangles. Now, last time I was successful. This is much heavier, and these were the last triangles that I needed to get done during the final race on Sunday. It is quite solid. This, I should be able to lift it up, and they are all, oh dear, Jill, I did not do what you said. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't in the mood, and I realized that there is quite a bit for me to get done, and that is weave in your ends as you go. I did not, but that's all right. I don't mind weaving in my ends, so I shall perhaps find a cool spot one of these evenings and do that, weave in all my ends. That is something I've done to myself, but having completed all the corner to corner squares with all the color changes during the course of the year, I think I have actually managed to get faster at weaving in my ends. So I'm not seeing it as a chore, but yes, even with a project like this, we should listen and weave in our ends as we go. So that was another project that my hook got a taste of, and it is ready for the next stage. So I'm very excited about that. And then on Sunday, my travel bear, which is a pattern by Cassandra from Craftably Ever After, we saw him many months ago. He actually did get to go on his first adventure to Nanaga Farm Stalls, which is down the road from us, and enjoyed a lot of tasty treats that we brought home. Some delicious biscuits to have with tea, and we enjoyed a wonderful Sunday lunch together, and also had some games in a play area that had a maze. So Travel Teddy did get out into the world and had a lot of fun at Nanaga Farm Store. And isn't he just so adorable? He was all over the show, and he's returned back home still looking just as dapper as when he left. I do know that I need to grab some cotton somewhere and actually create a little summer vest so that he's not dressed so wonderfully woolly warm for our summer months ahead. So that's the travel bear. And then also a crochet along that I've joined, and this is week 2, so do pop along to Cassandra's Craftably Ever After blog and join us. Yes, I know, my husband has suggested, and I am determined to do it, and that is create a puddle. Because if we did have a snowman friend anywhere near our vicinity, that is what he would be, is a puddle. But this guy is quite safe in the craft room at the moment, and that is the Crochet Along Do You Want to Build a Snowman? So for week 1, we got to build our snowman, which was just the body of the snowman. I have added for him 2 different size buttons and a little smirky look on his face. I actually think he's going, you want me to survive in this heavy heat? Anyway, and for week 2, we got to make a sweater and this beanie. Of course, he has to have a beanie. And the beanie was CROCHETJOLLY on Instagram. CROCHETJOLLY and Craftably Ever After are hosting the Do You Want to Build a Snowman? I don't think I did mention I have placed a recycled piece of plastic for the bottom from the lid of an ice cream tub. That's so that if he did need to be thrown into the wash, although he's more like an ornament, I have done ornaments and other toys with where I put the recycled ice cream tops, cut out the shapes for teddy bears that need to stand and so forth, and that does survive the washing machine if it's something that needs to go into the washing machine. So there we go. Do you want to build a snowman? I know that the pattern also has a scarf in it. And oh yes, and I did do the other little cap, which is the pudding topper. There we go. Isn't that just too adorable? Christmas pudding, Christmas pudding. Oh, I love to do these. It's a wonderfully written pattern. such awesome quick makes, and they bring so much joy and story time and all the rest of it. So week 3 is next week. You have enough time to do yourself a snowman base and add some jolly Christmassy accessories. Do you want to build a snowman? Oh, and I've been meaning to share this for the last few weeks. It's been in the background. My mom and stepdad are so talented in using wood pieces to craft the most adorable wooden ornaments. And this year, my mom's been making these absolutely sensational Christmas ornaments. I love fibre and wood together in general. So I always have some form of wood with fibre pieces. So I snagged myself these gorgeous Christmas trees. They've been so inventive in that the ornaments are hooked on with a little hook, which you can change out. I'm tempted to make tiny little cotton stars to hang in there, but they're awesome for photo props as well, and they just bring so much joy to have. I have many of their woodworks in the house, from candle holders to angels, teddy bears, bunnies, Easter times. This was the other one that I chose. And of course it's the first one that they've made. I haven't actually checked if they've made more of these, but this was the first one. And I had to have this. It reminds me of Dr. Seuss. And this is all made from recycled wood. And wow, and this one also has a little clip at the top here where you can hang your Christmas ornament. And it just makes me so happy to have these with me. So that I can show you. Here was another one that I got last year. Isn't that absolutely adorable? And my mom is so clever to always remember things like adding felt at the bottom of the wooden pieces, so that wherever you do decide to display them or use them, your surfaces are protected. So that's my love of natural things like wood and fibers together. Right, next was the end of the year coming along, and for the last few years I have been making as random acts of crochet kindness, as gifts for my yarny friends at the yarn store in the city, and also for my daughter. And perhaps I may also do a video. It's a classic star that can be used as a bookmark or an ornament, and I was trying to remember where did I get the pattern from. For years I've had all these different, I have so many different books. This is this year's book of writing down, you know, the pattern, what yarn I used, what hook size I used. Anyway, I went way back into my books, and all I've got written here, and it's normally around November time, I've got here November, pattern stars, pattern book. The yarn I used was Kismet's Lollipop Twinkle, and the hook size was 4mm. So I went to my pattern book, and I found I have the pattern just scribbled down. And from what I can read from here, it says I took it from a graph. So there are many, many crochet Christmas stars out there. This is the one that I've made over the years. One year I think I made one like this. Another year I made one like this. And one like this. And what I do is with a 4mm crochet hook and this sparkly yarn, if we can get a sparkle. Ladies, do we ever really get the sparkle on camera? Anyway, believe me, it's very sparkly. I do make, and I have made, I have completed these already. I normally do about 30 to 40 odd for my daughter, for her kids in her classroom. I make them these little stars, and then she'll add her note to it, letting them know as they move on to the next year of school that they are all stars and that they need to keep their lights shining bright. So I have completed, you can't really see it, but anyway, I have completed and wrapped all these little stars that need to go out, so that when the report cards go out, the kiddywinks can be reminded that they are stars. And we can all be little stars twinkling during the daylight and the night time, and let our star inside each one of us shine bright. Okay guys, that's a wrap for right now. Of course, I am also late at night keeping up with my beanies of the week, and I have my triangle trails blanket and my mosaic blanket, and that's what's going to keep me busy when I find a cool spot late in the evenings to get my hook stuck into some yarny delights. That's all for this week. Hopefully I'll bring you a little showing you how I do the stars, and perhaps if I find a cool spot, I can share with you how I lay out my trails triangle blanket. That's all for now. You all take care and enjoy your crafting time wherever you are.